Yo, what's up, Okie Pokey? You're literally the first person every single live stream. I just want to give you a shout out real quick, man. I appreciate your contribution to the community. I hope everybody's having a great day. We're about to have a beautiful live stream, have a lot of information. Got Armando with me. It's about to be a great time. Do me a favor, like the video before we get started so we can get some more notifications out to the YouTube squad. Thanks, guys. Hey, I know you guys want to talk about Sandbox popping off 40%. It's doing numbers. Crypto is doing numbers. Crypto gaming doing numbers. I'm jumping into these coins. We talked about Gala. It's up. Altcoins going crazy. Pay attention. Bull runs around the corner. You guys know that. Okie Pokey's in every single live stream. I'm sure he comments on all my videos. He's definitely dedicated to the craft. I appreciate your contribution, seriously, to the community. It looks like you work hard, man. It looks like you work hard. Hey guys, Ethereum burned 1 million ETH. We have the Etoro delisting for Cardano video coming out tonight. Pay attention to what's going on in the cryptocurrency. I gotta sing to you guys so you can pay attention to what I'm doing here. But seriously, crypto's about to go crazy. Pay attention. Hey, guys, pay attention. Things happening. I only got, 28 likes. What is this? Amateur hour? I'm just kidding, guys. I love you. Do me a favor, like the video, share it with a friend. Do something. Don't just sit there. Grab your coffee. I got my Celsius. We got Johnny here with on-chain metrics. Yeah, $10,000 Glassnode subscription being used in the live stream. It's going to be a great time, guys. Pay attention. Like the video! On-chain metrics are mad bullish, bro. Pay attention. It's about to get crazy out here. Energy in here is crazy.
Fundamental Secrets 40% off for another 5 days? Alex is crazy. I'm gonna get the Tiger King into cryptocurrency eventually. I promise. You guys watched the new documentary? It was pretty funny. It was a good time. Hey, we going live tomorrow on Thanksgiving too. There's no off days at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Some people gotta go to the get some food at around 1 p.m. So we're doing 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time live stream tomorrow. Talk about some cryptocurrency stuff. Maybe it's an eventful day. It's an eventful day in the United States, of course, but maybe cryptocurrency it gets bullish or something. I don't know. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Hey, we got 23 seconds, 22. I'm not gonna sit here and count.
Who do we got?
I'm not gonna sit here and count, but I got some cryptocurrency news for you. I got some other ways of counting. Yeah, we're going live right now. How you guys doing today? I was looking at the countdown, and it's not like registering. It's kind of like latency, you know how tech works. But hope you guys are having a beautiful Wednesday, midweek. We're gonna be talking about cryptocurrency today. We got some big news. We got the King is back in town. Big influencers jumping in. The King is back. I'm not talking about Johnny. I mean, even though he is a king, he's a gatekeeper. He's the gatekeeper.
That's right.
And the king of crypto is coming. Okay, so we're going to go over a lot of stuff. Of course, we're going to go over Sandbox. I know that's all you guys want to talk about. Maybe some of the gaming tokens. On-chain metrics looks really bullish from what he's been saying. He's been raving about it in the office. So he's going to be showing you a little bit of that. And if you don't know who this guy is, why don't you introduce yourself, Johnny? Who are you?
How's it going, everyone? Who am I? My name is Johnny Zerdy. I'm one of the consultants that works for Alex Lorenzo here at Fundamental Secrets. Basically, what I do is I help people onboard them to our Fundamental Secrets product, which right now it's going for a 40% discount up until Monday, the 29th. So if you want, you can go ahead and apply on our website if you're interested in that. And maybe you'll talk to me, maybe Marty.
Yeah, believe it or not, we flipped a coin for it. It was actually supposed to be, it was either a 25% discount or a 40. We flipped it. So reality is telling you that there's a 40% discount up until Monday. We're just following kind of like what all the retail does. Even though crypto cycles are different from regular like year cycles, in the retail industry, we're just throwing discounts everywhere. So if you guys appreciate that, let us know. I see a lot of people that already got in, so congratulations to that. But
biggest discount ever.
It's the biggest discount in our history of ever doing this, ever. But yeah, so a lot of great news about to happen in today's live stream. If you guys do me one quick favor, like the video. We're about to get started. Let me answer some questions for maybe 2 minutes or so. I'm gonna go over some of the things that I've seen. He's gonna take over on-chain metrics, and then we'll continue from there. Oh, Matt the Wizard's gonna be in some of the live streams in the future. He's gonna be moving over here, so you'll see a technical analysis expert. This guy's calling like 13x plays, 10x plays. I mean, it's almost like if he doesn't get 100%, there's a problem or something like that. But yeah, he's gonna be on the live streams in the future. So yeah, they call him the Wizard for a reason. They call him the Wizard. Johnny is the man. Yes, he is the man. He's the man right there.
Hey. Who's that? I even have some people texting me here.
Oh, you got some appointments, guys, in here. They're setting appointments with. Yeah, so go to thefundamentalsecrets.com. You have to apply. It says apply now. You click apply now. And then what you're doing is you're filling out a form. It's like an application to be a part of the community, right? We don't want to just let anybody in. And then you can talk to him. You talk to him. You set up in a call. You're slammed.
Yeah, pretty much. I barely made time for this.
Yeah, so like he's not even going to be here for the whole live stream. So,
yep.
I mean, like, yeah. I mean, is the next 2 days booked? Is it like that?
I mean, I'm not sleeping. I'm caffeinated up.
Oh, you got it rain today?
Yeah.
You got it rain today?
We made it rain today.
All right, what time you step out of the office? You got to let them know, man. Oh, because you could call the number directly and you're holding the phone, right?
Yeah, you can call the number directly if you want. That's on our website at the top of the page there. I'll answer that. Or Marty, as well as, yeah, I mean, we're pretty much working up until Monday. So, I mean, I'm going to take a little time off with the family because, we're not robots.
Yeah.
But yeah, for Thanksgiving Day. But then other than that, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, go ahead and book on there.
All right, cool. You'll see a schedule, and you could just, like, kind of pick a 15-minute time slot or whatever the case is. And, yeah. All right, let's stop talking about shilling our own stuff. Let's talk about some cryptocurrency stuff. So if we pull up my screen here, Eddie, you could see that Sandbox is going crazy, Decentraland, Gala. I mean, what I'm seeing now is privacy and gaming coins. Like, that's what's basically happening. And we could pull up basically the top earning ecosystems right now is play to earn. And you can see Axie Infinity, Decentraland, kind of the coins we've been really jumping into. And it's for obvious reasons. Even UFO gaming, Alluvium. I mean, I have a good bag. I had about 10K, so I made like $5,000 on that. YGG I called like how long ago? That was a long time ago.
I called it like in September.
Yeah, like 2.5 months ago. Yeah, so some of these coins are just doing. This is the beauty of what we call trend hacking, right? Because you can find the trend, and it's not really that hard after it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here, say that making money is not hard. It is hard, but it's easier than what I've seen in traditional finance. I mean, I can close my eyes, buy pretty much any of these, and they're doing well. Wax. I mean, what's some other ones? SOP. We made some money off of that. So just to show you what I did, and I've showed this in multiple live streams, you just go to CoinGecko right here and go to categories, and then you can just see in the last 24 hours what has appreciated the most. And you can see in the last 24 hours, play to earn is getting ridiculous adoption. Gaming, Metaverse, they're all, why is it that the top 4 are like everything we've been talking about, right? So we have the Phantom ecosystem. I doubled down on that. I have a lot of Phantom right now. I have a lot of Phantom. It's getting some adoption. We got the Metaverse, gaming, and play to earn. What is the topic of our conversations for the last, like, what? I mean,
for the past 2 months.
Yeah, trend hacking, guys. Trend hacking. We have someone that gave a tip. Give me a second. Let me pull that up, Eddie.
Super chats.
Have you heard of XCAD? No, I haven't I think I've heard of it, but I haven't done my research. Okay, can you ask me that again towards the end of the live stream? Towards the end of the live stream, we're going to do a whole bunch of coin reviews. We'll look into any coin you guys want me to, but we have to go over the news first. Johnny has to go. So Johnny's going to take over for a second or so. You're going to go into what? Some Bitcoin on-chain metrics?
Yes. So for those who don't know, Glassnode Studio is an on-chain data analysis metrics website that basically aggregates all of the raw data that's on the blockchain and converts it into meaningful information that we can then use to see where we're at within the market cycle, what's happening like behind the scenes on-chain, right? You're not going to get this from just looking at TradingView or other technical analysis charts. This is a proprietary software. Now, typically, the professional version, which Alex kindly has purchased for our Fundamental Secrets group, retails for $10,000, but we're going to give you some of the stuff here for free on this live stream. So, Eddie, if you could share some of my screen here. So, with this recent pullback that has happened, a lot of people are freaking out, oh my gosh, is this a double top, right? And, when you look at the on-chain data metrics, what you can see is that really a lot of those short-term holders are just taking profits, or they're just selling off and panic selling, right? Those people who bought way back in early 2020 or at the end of 2020, those people haven't budged at all, right? And what you can see here from the percent supply in profit, this is one of the tier 2 metrics, you can see that it's looking at how many people who hold Bitcoin, what percentage of those people have that Bitcoin supply that's in profit. And right now it's sort of spiked up during the months of September and most of October, but it came back down to that 85% level, which is sort of like that nice spot, right? We can see that it's kind of stopped there. And from here, it's sort of just going to be an upward trajectory, right? These are people who are just taking profits, right? Now, I'm just kind of like, let me keep this going here 1 second. All right, so what you can see too here is from the UTXO realized price distribution curve. So basically, this is where people initially bought Bitcoin, right? And you can sort of see, I wish I could zoom in on this a little bit more, but I kind of won't on this iPad. But essentially, a lot of the coins that were bought either on the dip or either between like 41K, 48K, you can see the spikes there. And I'm looking at the graph on the top right-hand side, the UTXO realized price distribution curve. And now before, most of the initial coins that people bought were in those 38 to 48K range. And they've shifted up into the 59K range, right? That means that people who initially bought back down, took profits, or have either purchased Bitcoin for the first time in that 60K range, and they're holding. They're holding right now. So we're seeing that we're having support here, okay? Now, as far as like the realized profit and realized loss, let's see if we can get this to sort of maximize here. If it'll let me, we'll do the 6 month here. So the realized profit sort of was going sideways for a bit, spiked up when it went up to like 69K, and then it came back down, right? As well as the realized loss. Okay. We'll have to figure this out next time when I do some on-chain data stuff. We'll figure out this a little bit better, just so I can maximize it here. Same with the realized loss. We can see where it's sort of been stagnant, right? These are people who have bought, Bitcoin on the dip, right? During the June and July consolidation period. And there hasn't been really too much realized losses from those people who are holding, right? A lot of this downward price movement is either from, liquidations from the derivatives markets or from supply, short-term supply being sold from short-term hodlers. So on-chain is basically signaling very bullish, as we can see. And then the last graph I just want to bring up is one of the tier 3 metrics, is the total supply held by short-term hodlers. Now, they kind of correlated, as the price was increasing from, September of 2020 all the way to, from when we had the sell-off back in May. And then as it sold off, pretty much all those short-term hodlers were flushed out, right? We had a little bit of people buying the supply back on the dip from September, and it increased a little bit, but really you can see that the majority of the total supply is held by people who bought way back, and they're not selling, they're holding, right? So we can see that the majority of the supply is basically being untouched.
Yeah, so obviously, if they've held that long, they're likely to hold even longer, right? You want them holding the supply because they're not like short-term retail investors. And like he was saying, if you look at the chart, just pull it up one more time on Johnny's real quick. You can see, look at the top curve, right? So that's where retail came in. Now look how far down retail is now, right? And you can see this kind of around this area in comparison to the price of Bitcoin. So retail kind of got screwed in this one if you really think about it. It's almost like the money changed hands from people that were smarter than them, right? And then now they hold much less of the supply, and long-term holders are holding Bitcoin, right? So you can just clearly see that. Okay, how do I explain this? If you want to look at it from a very, very basic kind of fundamental way, kind of like common sense, right? Very simple. The whole point of people getting richer is that they're taking the money away from somebody else. And in this case, the richer got richer. The richer got richer in Bitcoin and Satoshis. They took the majority of the supply, which is a signal that you should be trading with them. You should be trading with them, not at the top with retail, right? So again, still looks bullish. On-chain metrics from, 4 or 5 different perspectives, yep, looks really, really bullish. There's a lot of ways you can identify what the market is doing, and Bitcoin's just the biggest one by far. If you can kind of predict where Bitcoin goes, then pretty much your whole entire thesis, like the Metaverse thesis and what's happening with pretty much all the gaming tokens, is an easy game, right? Because Bitcoin's going to lead the show. And where are we at right now? What's Bitcoin's price right now? Bitcoin's currently sitting See, I don't even look at Bitcoin's price. $56,000. So the last high was what? 76,000 or 70. If we could break
69.
past that, right? We're taking a third attempt at that, right?
Yeah.
If we could break past that, that's when it's over. That's where you see exponential gains, 50% gains are not that big in an altcoin cycle, even though we're seeing pretty big adoption. So in general, bullish news. I get tired of being bullish, but it is bullish. Even though the price has been dropping for Bitcoin's price. Let me look at some comments for 2 minutes here. You were going to check out?
Yep. Thanks, guys. I'll see you on the calls if you apply.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. Let me just go over some comments. We have CRV Curve is definitely one of those good coins. They have a lot of adoption and utility on the developer side and the people that are building, right? But for hype, Curve is not where it's at. I haven't seen a lot of people hype that up, right? We're looking for layer 2s. I'm looking for serious layer 2s right now. Let's see. I also got a little louder, Johnny. Sorry about that. He has to go. He got no mic. Yes, he does. Anthony. All right, you guys keep promoting XCAD. That's kind of makes me skeptical. You guys should know that if you're paying for tips and you want free promotion, it's not free, but you're paying for it, I guess. But I'm gonna I'm gonna give you guys a realistic perspective if you guys just ask for coin calls and stuff like that. All right, not too many questions. Okay, let me just go over some of my news. I'm gonna let Armando take over. He got some interesting stuff for you guys. You're getting it from different perspectives, right? Cryptocurrency is about decentralization. It's not about one person, and this is where I'm able to build a serious business with this team, right? So he's gonna go over some stuff like that. If you pull up my screen really quickly. All right, so yeah, what am I looking at now? I don't need to spend a lot of time to know what's happening, right? Because you can see the trend here. Look at the 24-hour and then look at the 7-day, right? In the last 7 day, where's the money going? It's going to play to earn, gaming, and metaverse. It just depends on how long that's going to happen. Typically these categories are not really perfect because they have to add them manually. But if I look at play to earn, you could see that it's only 35.5 billion, and a lot of these tokens will overlap. So I just want to be very clear. If I click, for example, gaming, you're going to see some overlap. Axie Infinity, as you can see,
But in general, what you guys have to understand is that Axie Infinity right now is on a layer 1. So we see a huge push towards layer 2. I mean, billion-dollar companies. We were just talking about, what is it, Starknet is happening in the next month, which is a ZK rollup network. So right now, I really do think layer 2 adoption is happening at an aggressive rate, and Axie Infinity is on a layer 1, and it's going to be very hard for them to move over to a layer 2. So in general, it's where layer 2 and gaming metaverse meet is where I'm investing in and what I'm looking at. I did make a video that will be launching later on today, but I'll give you a sneak preview. It's basically Immutable X, looks really good. I bought some of that. And a lot of these have already said they were going to go to, like, for example, Illuvium is going to Immutable X, right? So it kind of highlights what I was saying. In the last 7 days, up 41%, up 22% on the daily. And I think when they launch their actual game, because they don't even have a game, we're going to see higher percentages. So what I'm saying also is that Axie Infinity has a $9 billion market cap. And the coins I'm talking about have a $1 billion market cap. So just do the math. If layer 2s become a real thing, we could see 10x's still just if the market stays where it's at. Just if the market stays where it's at, a lot of the liquidity from Axie Infinity and some other projects that are not on layer 2 could leak into some of the coins that we're talking about. So really pay attention to this industry, guys. It's really big, and it's like the next best thing. Like NFTs were kind of like a little wave, I guess you could say, but now they're moving over to games, guys. And gaming tokens are more liquid. They're way more liquid, right? You could sell it on the open market. NFTs, not so much. All right, so some other adoption news, just very briefly, guys. We have, these companies buying virtual real estate, right? I don't care about like Decentraland per se. I just see the money moving into virtual real estate. It's so funny because today on YouTube, I literally got a guy that was running an advertisement trying to showcase digital. Like, he's like, don't invest in real estate. Like, his ad was literally, don't invest. This is where things are going to happen, like, for sure. When they start trying to make a business around it, this is where this is happening. Guys like, oh, don't invest in real estate. Don't invest in stocks. Invest in virtual lands. And he was literally just trying to do exactly what we give you guys for free, but trying to charge for a course, right? So
what does that sound like, a virtual realtor?
Yeah, he's trying to be he's trying to show people how to make money off virtual real estate, which is as simple as connecting your MetaMask and making money, buying the right land, right? It's actually, if anything, like, he can benefit from the YouTube video because it's not really about like the land. It's about you should understand what project's probably most likely to succeed and then buy land on that project. So it's like fundamental analysis starts first, if that makes sense. You have to identify if the project's valuable first before you buy land on it, right? Who cares about the land itself within the game? So, you guys are in the right place is what I'm saying. All right, U.S. banking regulators plan to push crypto guidance throughout 2022. They're pushing it off over and over again. I mean, at the end of the day, regulation in my eyes is a good thing. Short term, it might bring the price of some assets down. That's obviously something that any piece of news can do. But long term, the more regulation clarity we get, the better off these cryptocurrencies are at making their business. So I don't care. I just want regulation to happen. If anything, the negative part about this is that they keep pushing it off. And he has more to talk about that, so he'll go into some detail. Other adoption news, Stripe says it's accepting crypto for payments after 3 years. They ended Bitcoin support before. Now, I want you guys to understand that Stripe is one of the biggest companies on planet Earth when it comes to payment processing. We use them for our website because of the easy integration. And if they accept Bitcoin, I mean, they did it before. It was inefficient. Maybe with layer 2, it might be a little bit better for them. There's a lot more tech now than there was 3 years ago. So that could be, opening up the floodgates a little bit more. We got some more famous people accepting their salary and Bitcoin. I mean, that's getting old by now. Back in the day, that would have been crazy. But at this point, like, who cares, right? And then some more on-chain metrics basically showing that we're building some support. And in general, guys, pretty much every long-term indicator is really, really bullish right now. That even though the price is not showing, it's almost like they're trying to shake out retail. So don't get shaken out of your bags. Keep coming to the live streams. We're doing it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but don't be surprised if we do a live stream every single day. Armando's going to be helping me out a lot because you guys know I'm like making these videos, researching so much. I got, this background thing on January 1st happening. I got these other projects going on. So, we're going to be able to update you with some news. And he has gone through the whole course, right? You started off at FS.
Yep.
And then now he's worked his way up to the point where I've hired. Most of the people I hire are in the community.
to be honest with you, especially when it comes to like cryptocurrency related like the process, because it's really important that everybody's kind of unified in the same thing, because it's like it gets really efficient.
Yeah, right, guys. So like, because I did FS, it was able to like help me create or use their structure, and it's very efficient, right? So because we all worked, or because we all use the same structure, it's just very efficient to give him my research, and he knows exactly where to start, where it ends, and what to look for in it, right?
Yeah, and I know what to add, and I know what to take away.
Exactly.
And then we're just like all on the same page. Like in the community, the whole community is on the same page. So
yeah, guys, it's not just us. Like it's a community. Like on our Discord, like people are giving us information that they do research on, right? And sometimes those coins go ballistic. It's a community effort.
Yeah, the best alpha. Some of the videos I make on YouTube comes from like my live stream. Like somebody would tell me like 6 altcoins or something, and I'd be like, "What the heck? You just blew my mind." Then I'll go do more research, and I'll come to find out that they found it. Like I only have one set of eyes, guys. One brain. I have one brain, and it's like a half a brain too. It's not even like a real brain at this point. Like, I'm just all over the place. But yeah, if we come over here, you can see Turkey's having issues. They quadrupled their M2 money supply since 2015. We have hyperinflation all over the world. Now, what you have to understand is that the United States is the last domino, and we're going to see all other big countries start to fall. We see it in China with Evergrande. We see it all over. I don't need to be a macro guy to understand what inflation is. They're printing their money out of oblivion. And Eddie, if you pull up the main angle, I just do want to talk really briefly about, guys, like if you look into the history, it actually happened as a noble cause. Like, so inflation was supposed to be a good thing, right? So I think it started with America. Don't quote me on that, but they basically started printing money to pay for the World War I war efforts, right? So it started off as a noble cause, but now they have like kind of like this complete control where they can just print over and over again, and to no extent, like there's no extent, like they can just pretty much do whatever they want. Now the thing about USD is that they have it's the biggest world reserve currency. Everything is valued in USD in the world. So we're not going to see, like, for example, the economy in the United States just kind of blow up in one night. What we're going to see is other countries start to topple over, okay? And then eventually, this is what I mean by United States being the last domino. So just pay attention to that. And if we come over here, more tweets. Robert Kiyosaki is basically saying the same thing. Dollar Tree becomes a $1.25 tree. Inflation is a tax on the poor and middle class. Right? Like inflation is a tax on the poor and middle class. And the reason why is because the poor and middle class, they don't know how to invest. They never got taught financial education, right? So very interesting stuff. And before I check out, guys, I do want to show one more thing. Right here, as you can see, the trader survey. We're doing this little survey to get some more data from my audience. I want to know what altcoins you guys are talking about. I want to know what videos you want me to make. I want to know like a little bit of details about my audience. I can't directly speak to all like thousands of you, right? So if you could just do me a favor, Eddie, link it. You don't have the link?
You guys send me that link in Slack.
All right, I'll send you the link. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to leave the link in the pinned comment after this video is uploaded, and then I'm going to send it to Eddie right here. I'll just grab it. Why don't you pull up the main angle? Let's fill out this survey, guys. If you could just do me that huge favor. And I really need it done because we're trying to build something over here. So let me send this over here. And like I said, I'm using it to make videos. So if we get enough of like of someone talking about an altcoin or something, then I'm going to make a video about that. Here, I'm going to send it to Eddie right now so you guys can take part in that. There you go, Eddie. It's in your Slack. Perfect. It's called the Trader Survey. So if we just look at, and this is actually not even by me. This is by, we have an in-house data science expert that's helping us build our products. But basically, he's asking little simple questions like, how often do you watch Alex's video? Things like that. How much money do you have in crypto? We want to know, like, are you guys millionaires? Like, all you millionaires? Or you guys have, like, what, like $5,000, $10,000? We want to know because it's true. Like, do I need to make, for example, like I did the 1K to 100K trading challenge. Should I do $100 to $1,000 trading challenge instead? Because that's a completely different strategy. That's like me jumping on the Binance Smart Chain, right? Or jumping on Polygon and only using those coins. So if I can kind of know generally where you guys are, I can make videos that are kind of tailored to you, right? What's your number one largest crypto holding? I'm going to make, if the one that lines up the most, I'm making a video on that, like ASAP. So yeah, these questions are definitely relevant to you guys. Could you do me a favor? Did you share it, Eddie? You shared it? You shared it?
No, not yet.
Okay, it's in your Slack. Eddie's going to share it right now. He's getting a link in the Slack right now. He's going to share it with you guys.
Audio is echoing.
Okay. Pull this back over here. All right, so let's see what you guys got.
All Are you guys wondering who we're going to talk about when I bring up the Crypto King over here? I wonder if you guys are wondering about who I'm going to bring up.
Yeah, it's fixed now. Yeah, all right, Eddie, just drop the link, fill out the survey, jump in it. Yeah, the Crypto King's back. We got a whole bunch of adoption news. This guy's it's crazy. Let me see what he said. Have you looked at Bird Money? I haven't looked at it recently. I let go of it, but I might get it back. It was a good project the last time I checked. All right, so yeah, take the trader survey. Link. Oh. Hey, Matt's the wizard's in here. The wizard's in here. He said, "Go, Eddie." That's funny. All right. Yeah. See, like, I already got comments of people saying they want to do the $100 to 1,000 trading challenge. I think I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
All right. Cool, guys. I'm gonna check out for a second. Armando, go ahead, man. Take over. I appreciate you guys. I'll probably come in towards the end, but I got a little quick meeting, guys. I'll see you in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, guys. So I'm gonna take over here. I got some really interesting news. It's honestly news from a bunch of different places. We're gonna be kind of attacking every niche in the crypto space. So I'm gonna kind of just move over here. So if you just move it over here to my screen, Eddie, I will just want to talk about. We're gonna talk about the Crypto King, right? So what I meant about the Crypto King, right? So guys, so Biden just renominated Jerome Powell as our Fed chair. That's pretty big news in the crypto space, right? So if you didn't know what the Fed chair's main responsibility is they basically keep the prices stable in terms of the US dollar. They guide decisions on when to raise lower interest rates, and they help as many people as possible to become employed, right? Because we want to raise the unemployment rate. We don't want to have a high unemployment rate, right? So with this re-election of Jerome Powell, it's kind of very interesting in the crypto space, right, guys? So think about it this way. Jerome Powell isn't for or against crypto. He kind of just knows it's there, and he hasn't said that he's going to attack crypto in any sort of way. If anything, he pretty much attempts to make crypto better, right? So he's a money printer, right? So what happens when you print more money? Inflation goes higher. People switch to more, I guess, want to say risk-off assets or more riskier assets, which you would consider Bitcoin at that point. So this is huge news, right? So the person that they had in terms that was maybe going to replace Jerome Powell was more of a Democrat. They had a more progressive stance on our money fiscal policy. So it's very big news, guys. I'm going to move over as well. Something that I also
on the screen share.
Yeah, screen share for me, Eddie. I'm going to talk about Regal, right, guys? So we know a couple months back or even a couple weeks back ago, AMC announced that they were going to be pretty much accepting Bitcoin, I believe, as their main source of payment. So Regal's kind of one up them, right? So they pretty much said, all right, well, if you're going to accept Bitcoin, we're going to accept a couple more coins, right? So they're planning on accepting Ethereum, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, which I thought was pretty funny, right? Dogecoin. Maybe they'll get Tesla in there and get a promotional. It's just mass adoption, guys. It's continued mass adoption. I'm sure everyone here has gone to the movie theater at least once, and they kind of enjoy going. I know I'm an avid movie theater goer, but this is just another option for everyone to pay with. Probably in other big news, right, guys? So Etoro delisted Ada, right? This is huge. They've kind of come out. They've come out and said that they're delisting Toro. It's going to be starting December 26th. They've kind of come out and said that it has to do with U.S. regulations and sanctions, and they're afraid of what's going to be happening with that. Which, in my opinion, I don't know, guys. It's just super weird. Ada's about to be listed on Bitstamp, if I'm correct. That's one of the bigger exchanges above eToro, and the fact that eToro just right before the listing is just going to unlist them, really weird. I don't really know what to think about it, right, guys? In other news, right? So here. Let's go talk about. This is for my XRP guys, right, guys? I got some interesting news about the XRP. So, XRP here, right, guys? Most of the partnerships that we've seen in the last year when it comes to XRP, they're mostly outside of the United States. They finally came out with a huge announcement, pretty much stating that they're working with another company called CoinMe, which provides services to Walmart, one of the biggest companies inside the United States, right? So, they plan on using CoinMe to facilitate their services in crypto, right? So you're going to be able to use the ATMs found in Walmart, like the Coinstar machines, and hopefully be able to purchase crypto through that way. It's more mass adoption. This is interesting for XRP, obviously, for the fact that in that legal battle, which has been going on for years, or what it feels like an eternity, right, guys? But for those XRP holders out there, this is good news for you guys, right? They wouldn't feel as confident that they're going to be winning this lawsuit with the SEC if, you know, they're pretty much going to be all over Walmart. If the SEC, or if they didn't feel that they were going to be winning this battle with the SEC, they wouldn't be doing this. So clear indication there that things are on an upward trajectory for XRP. So I just wanted to update that for you guys since you brought it up in our last stream, right? More interesting news. I just want to bring this up. This is more from a technical analysis standpoint, right, guys? So if you can switch it over here to my screen, Eddie. Bitcoin, right, guys? So we see right here, it's kind of rallied a little bit from this morning. It's now at 5,600 or 56,940. It's still, like I mentioned on the stream last Monday, guys, from a micro standpoint to a mid-term point, right, guys? It's looking a little bearish. We see here, I'm on the daily. Yeah, I'm on the daily. We had a pretty interesting candle formation here. If you ever studied candle formations, you see this red, green, red formation, right? So a pretty big engulfing red candle followed by a small green candle, followed by another fully red engulfing candle, right? So this is kind of like a confirmation of a trend in terms of a downward trend from a micro standpoint, not from the macro standpoint, guys. So macro standpoint, all is good. I promise. On the long term, Bitcoin's going to be fine, but we may see it test this trend line, right? This long-term trend line that we've had in place for months now, for months. It might just come back and test this level, and then we're all going to be good. I promise. If we go here onto the 4 hour, I do just want to show you this as well. We are in this falling wedge, guys. So we draw this from here, guys.
Like the video, guys. Share the video.
Right, guys. Not my best falling wedge, but you can see it's obviously in a falling wedge here. We're getting towards the end of it, so it's going to be a Bitcoin decision time whether we're going to break bullish out of this or we're going to break bearish, right? So I just want to say my standpoints, obviously from a micro, from maybe a mid-short term, it's going to maybe come down a bit, but don't worry. We're still all high sales ahead. You know, we're full steam ahead here. I still believe we're going to be fine, guys. Back on me, Eddie. Don't worry, guys. Like I promise you, on a macro level, Bitcoin is still fine. Maybe some altcoins are going to take a little bit of a beating as well with this short-term bearish action, but everything is fine. If we go back to my screen, guys, I do want to share a little bit more interesting news. So NFTs have been a rave, right? So Macy's is launching their NFT collection, guys. This is huge, right? So one of the biggest companies in the United States, right, that we've known for years, and one of their biggest events around the year, the Thanksgiving Day Parade, they're having 9,500 NFTs that they're going to be giving away, which is part of their 95th year anniversary. And some of these bids have already generated, you know, $41,000 bids. You know, the interest is out there. People are learning more about crypto in different ways. NFTs have just made it so interesting as a first form of contact with crypto, right, guys? So most people are learning about crypto through NFTs now, right? Because it's being literally promoted on every form of media. What else, guys? So Ethereum, like Alex mentioned earlier, it's burned over 1 million ETH since the hard fork back when we went live. We know with EIP 1559. That's crazy, guys. This is super inefficient. You know, I think ETH needs to find a way to fix their gas fees. You know, we're constantly seeing GUI prices of over 100, just losing money at that point when you're kind of using Uniswap. You're kind of using other alternatives, Pancake Swap, more centralized exchanges. It's getting ridiculous, right, guys? What else here? We talked about Metaverse tokens, right, guys? So these Metaverse tokens just keep climbing. Mana and Sand hit all-time highs. I actually had something really interesting about Sand that I just brought up. Where was it here? Nope. I'll find it. But anyways, basically stating that NFTs, oh, I actually just passed it, right? So NFTs are being considered the word of the year by the dictionary. So like I said, guys, this is just more mass adoption, more people learning about crypto, and the fact that it's literally the word of the year, right? After everything that's happened this year with the Black Swan event, continuing, all the things that could have happened, they chose the word NFT. It obviously means something, right, guys? this was pretty interesting. If you want to switch it on over here, Eddie. Billionaires fighting, guys. Literally legitimate billionaires fighting on Twitter over crypto. It might not be in the sense that you're thinking of. I'll show you the tweet here, right? But basically, Elon Musk came out and tweeted, hey, Binance, what's going on with your Doge customer service? It looks like it's a little bit shady. And of course, the CEO of Binance came back and clapped back and said, hey, their issues could be with the wallet itself. What about the issues that you have here with Tesla? So, obviously just some pettiness. I think it's pretty funny. These billionaires have nothing better to do than just sit on Twitter and kind of just fight with each other. It's pretty funny in my eyes. We got any interesting comments, guys? Are you guys saying anything? What are you guys saying over here? Let's see. Let's take a look at the comments.
Were you looking at a Bitcoin daily chart? Is that what you were showing them before?
Yeah, guys. So I was on the Bitcoin daily chart, and I was also on the Bitcoin 4-hour chart. So I showed you guys that falling wedge on the 4-hour chart, and then I showed you the macro trend on the daily chart, showing that it was still following that macro trend.
One guy asked, do we have a head and shoulders on the BTC daily chart?
A head and shoulders on the BTC daily chart. All right, let's take a look.
We're getting that pulled up for you guys right now.
Where's my brush? Right, so neckline. I don't know, guys. I wouldn't say that's a head and shoulders yet.
What time?
He's looking on the daily time frame, but I to be honest,
I'm gonna screen share you, okay?
Yeah. Go ahead and screen share it. Yeah, guys. To be honest, I'm not seeing a head and shoulders on here yet. Normally, obviously, when you have a head and shoulders, are you saying that's the shoulder right here, and then maybe the neckline is going up, but then it would have to cause the second shoulder around here, and then that would fall over here. But to be honest, I'm not seeing that happen. If anything, like I said, guys, we're gonna probably hit this trend line, bounce up. That's what I see.
It's too early to call it head and shoulders.
It's too early to call it head and shoulders, in my opinion. So maybe next week when you guys come back to the stream, we'll see where it's picked off, and we'll see if this has been a validated head and shoulders. But just come back next week, and we'll go from there, right?
You see Matt Weber in the comments. He's one of our coaches. Reverse head and shoulders, he says. So
yeah, that's what it looks more like, guys, a reverse head and shoulders.
It's one of the benefits of getting into the course, man. 40% off.
Awesome, guys. Let's see. Any more news? Let's see here. Did I have anything else? Yes, right. So this is probably what caused the Sand token to surge, right, guys? So if you hadn't heard, they actually just partnered, or they teased a partnership with Adidas. And I don't think I need to talk about Adidas and how big it is around the world. Not when it comes just to like clothing, but like think about the brand of Adidas, right? You literally see it all over the place. People for how long was Kanye was, using his Yeezys on Adidas. How many soccer teams, PSG, one of my favorite soccer clubs, is actually PSG does not use Adidas, I'm sorry. But one of my other favorite soccer clubs, Liverpool, constantly using Adidas. It's just one of the biggest partnerships you could think of, right, guys? And the fact that Sandbox is continuously making these partnerships is very strategic on their part, right? So you're just going to continue this trend of metaverse and of games kind of just taking over and continuing to make partnerships that only benefit everyone, right? We want mass exposure. We want them to have an easier influence in terms of being everyone to have access to it, right? So think of it this way. Them partnering with Adidas is just showing you how legitimate they really are. People are investing their time, their efforts to make partnerships with them because they believe in that project. Let's see. You got any comments from me, Eddie?
Any doubts with Gala?
No, guys. So we actually...
it looks like Gala and Polygon are the two ones people want to talk about right now.
Let's see. Our coach was talking about Gala earlier. As you guys say, the wizard, right, guys? It looks to have found a new floor, guys. If we look at it here on the daily time frame, yeah. If we look at it here, it's looking like it's building nice support here, guys. Right at the...
I'm going to screen share you, okay?
Yeah, go ahead. It looks like we're building a nice support level here between, 35 cents and 37 cents, it looks like, guys. I think Gala is just going to continue to go up. It's just one of the articles that I actually didn't talk about today is one of the biggest Ethereum wallets that's actually being tracked actually just bought a crap ton of Gala. So this project is only going to continue to make headway like in the crypto space, and it's still by like a mid-sized market cap, right? So it's just creeping into the top 40. I believe it was like in the top 40 last time I checked. So yeah, guys, I still have a lot of faith in Gala. Our coach still has a lot of faith in Gala, and he called this back when it was like 2 cents. So we've already seen multiple gains from this coin, and I believe it's going to continue to go. In terms of Matic, right, Polygon, I already believe it started to move as well. I believe it made a nice little move. Oh, never mind. So yesterday it started to creep up on the daily term. It came all the way up to 175, and then it started getting rejected down, right? So actually, no, I'm sorry. The wick went all the way up to 182, and then it started getting rejected down. And we're kind of just it looks like we're setting a new floor here, or continuing the same floor that we kind of already had, right? So it looks like we're turning previous resistance into maybe support. So we're going to take a look at it. But obviously, guys, Matic as a long-term project is still really good fundamentally wise. They still haven't switched over to ZK rollups, which is going to be a huge innovation on their part. And I completely have faith in Matic and continuing to go up, right? If you look at it, right, from a long-term basis, let me go here. We're still so far off from when they were, when they were back at $2 and change, right? So remember, guys, they were at $2.72, and we're back at $1.63. So we're still clearly at least going to break all-time highs in terms of getting back to that original price point, and then, go from there. I still have high faith in this project, and so does most of the people in this office. So I just want to say thank you guys for coming to the live stream. That's all the information I got for you guys today. Thanks for coming by. Please like, share, subscribe, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Share it with a friend. It's always good. We want more friends. Please join our community. Like we mentioned earlier, it is 40% off. Literally the biggest sale we've ever had. So if you haven't, tell a friend, tell a family member. That could be a great Christmas gift. And thanks for coming by, guys. Like I said, tomorrow we're also going to be doing a live stream at 10 a.m. at Thanksgiving. We don't take any breaks. Please come by and support, and we'll see you then. And last thing, guys, remember, if you don't get with it, you will get left behind.